This week's WWE Raw featured Cody Rhodes taking on The Miz. AJ Styles was looking for revenge against Damian Priest and more. I wrote a column/blog all about the way WWE loves changing the names of their superstars, and why it doesn't really bother me, because they have been doing it for decades. People hate change, but we get used to it and adapt. It's how life works. Change is inevitable. This is the Raw deal for episode number 1507 of Monday Night Raw. It's taking place at the Little Caesars Arena. Follow me on Twitter, John Report. Let's get to it. Raw began with a recap of Cody Rhodes making his successful return at WrestleMania 38. It also showed highlights of Cody's speech that began last week's Raw. There was a shot of the crowd in Detroit as Jimmy Smith welcomed us to the show, and The Miz made his entrance to host his talk show. Jimmy was joined on commentary by Byron Saxton and Jerry, the King, Lawler, who was sitting in for Corey Graves. Corey is off due to being on his honeymoon, after marrying Carmela a few days ago. Congrats to Corey and Carmela on their marriage. Miz TV with Cody Rhodes. The Miz was in the ring hosting his talk show with the black carpet in the ring along with a couple of chairs. Miz talked about how great he was. The fans booed him, so Miz said, "Your opinion doesn't matter since you cheer for the Lions." Miz is a Cleveland Browns fan, so he knows bad NFL organizations. The Lions are worse than the Browns, though. Anyway, Miz introduced Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes made his entrance wearing a blue suit. Big ovation for Cody, who got his full entrance with the Kingdom song and the American Nightmare logos everywhere. Miz ripped on Cody for spending the pyro budget and spending 45 minutes to get out there. Miz wondered if that's the kind that Cody is now. Cody said that it has been a long time since he got to be in front of a crowd like this. There were Cody chants, which annoyed Miz, who wanted to get started. Miz said that last week on Raw, Cody explained why he returned to WWE. He wanted to make his late father Dusty Rhodes proud. There was a Dusty chant. Miz said that he's got to be honest, if it wasn't for Cody's family name, he wouldn't be the grandson of a plumber, he would just be a plumber. Cody said that being a plumber would be good because Miz is completely full of, and Cody stopped himself. Cody told Miz he hasn't changed at all. Cody said that Miz is arrogant, obnoxious and a full-blown carny that embraces it, so that makes him reliable. Cody asked Miz if he looked the same. Cody asked Miz what do you think he's been doing for the last 6 years. Cody said he needs to win the undisputed WWE Universal Championship belt. Miz, it's a title, a belt holds up your pants. A Vince line. Miz said that he heard that Seth Rollins wants a rematch with Cody. Miz said he doesn't like Cody's chances, and he doesn't like Cody's chances against Miz. That led to Miz complaining about people talking about Cody at WrestleMania, but unlike him, Miz didn't surprise his opponents. Miz was fed up with the crowd chanting for Cody. Miz said he single-handedly destroyed the Mysterio family, and then embarrassed Logan Paul. Miz said he knows where Cody has been, and we all know where he has been. Miz said that this is his show, and Cody can't embarrass him on his show, while adding he will not stand for that. Cody told Miz to settle down. Cody said he respects Miz and all of his accomplishments here. Cody said he gets the sense that this hostility is maybe because Miz feels a bit threatened by Cody. Cody said that Seth gave him a great fight, and if he wants a rematch, he'll be happy to oblige. Cody said he's not surprised by making this personal. Cody said he came back to beat the best wrestlers, and Cody said he was looking forward to his first Raw match in 6 years here tonight. There was another Cody chant. Cody said, "May the best man win." Cody put the microphone against Miz's chest, then Miz charged and Cody sent him out of the ring. Their match is later. Analysis: it was a good talking segment to set up their match later. The match was already announced, but it was effective in terms of having Miz get some heat by trying to rip on Cody while putting himself over, and Cody stood up to Miz's bullying techniques to show that Cody is going to stand up for himself. Funny how Cody said belt, so Miz corrected him by saying title, and when Cody said wrestlers, that's when Miz corrected him saying superstars. WWE lingo matters, pal. Cody is a bit rusty while Miz is used to it, of course. There was a clip from SmackDown with Roman Reigns telling the Usos to go to Raw to unify the tag team championships. Dominic Mysterio made his entrance for a match against Veer Mahaan. There was no sign of Rey Mysterio, who was advertised against Veer in a match all week. Veer Mahaan made his entrance for his debut match if you ignore the fact that he wrestled for about 2 months last summer. Then he got drafted to Raw in October, and was kept off Raw for 7 months. Veer attacked Rey and Dominic last week. Veer Mahaan vs. Dominic Mysterio. Dominic got in a chop, but then Veer ran him over with a shoulder tackle and a forearm to the back. Veer sent Dominic into the ropes, leading to a jumping body attack. Dominic with a kick to the chest, a kick to the head, and Dominic sent Veer out of the ring. Dominic jumped onto Veer on the floor, but Veer caught him and sent Dominic into the barricade. Veer with a clothesline on the floor. Back in the ring, Veer hit another lefty clothesline. Veer applied the cervical clutch submission, pulling back on the head/right arm, and Dominic tapped out. It went just under 2 minutes. Winner by submission, Veer Mahaan. Analysis: 1/2 * a squash match to put over Veer in a big way. Dominic sold it well. It was just a beating for Veer. Those lefty clotheslines from Veer do look good. I think the finisher needs a better name, so hopefully that changes in the weeks ahead. Post-match, Veer Mahaan applied the cervical clutch submission on Dominic again. Referees and officials/producers like Sean Davery and Petey Williams checked on Dominic. Veer let go briefly, then he applied the cervical clutch on Dominic again. Veer was pulled off and he left. There were EMTs that ran out with a board to put Dominic on it while Veer left, making angry faces. They put a neck brace on Dominic in the ring. That led to a break. Analysis: it puts over Veer as a ruthless, dominant heel. They might book him strong for a few months, but I don't know how long it will last. They replayed Veer's destruction from before the break. Dominic Mysterio was shown loaded into an ambulance. Veer Mahaan was interviewed by Kevin Patrick, who asked why Veer attacked Dominic after the match. Veer: "I strike fear into the heart of any man." Dominic was shown driven away in an ambulance. There was a video shown of AJ Styles getting beat up by Edge and his new buddy Damian Priest last week on Raw. AJ Styles was shown earlier in the day being interviewed by Sarah Schreiber. Styles said he was afraid of what he might do to Edge and Damian Priest. Styles said that he knows it wasn't smart going after 2 of them last week, but Edge talked about his family, and that made it personal. Styles saw Priest, so Styles went after him in the backstage area. It was broken up by officials. Styles faces Priest up next. Analysis: the WWE officials are busy this week breaking up fights. This was earlier in the day, but still, that's back-to-back segments for fights being broken up. AJ Styles made his entrance first for singles action, as we got another replay of the Styles/Priest fight from earlier in the day. Damian Priest made his entrance in all-black gear, which is a bit different than what he wore when he was a face. Damian Priest vs. AJ Styles. Styles and Priest exchanged strikes. Priest stunned Styles with a punch and a kick to the body. Styles came back with a punch followed by a clothesline over the top to the floor. Styles with a kick that sent Priest into the ring post. Styles with a forearm on Priest on the floor that sent Priest over the barricade. Styles back in the ring to break the count, and then Styles jumped over the top with a forearm to the face, leading to a break. Priest was in control after he sent Styles face first into the middle turnbuckle. Styles did a great move off the ropes with a leap right into a reverse DDT. AJ does that move often and it usually looks better, but the end result was fine. Styles did a combination of strikes followed by a running forearm. Styles with a jumping clothesline in the corner. Styles hit the Ushigarashi off the shoulders that sent Priest's head into the knee, leading to a 2 count for Styles. Priest shoved Styles into the turnbuckle, Priest with the bell clap around the head, and Priest hit a lifting flatliner for a 2 count. Priest with kicks to the chest along with kicks to the back, and Priest went for the reckoning, but Styles got